We are Group 11, MBA BM second year at Ximb, and we are presenting on the sustainable practices in telecom industry. Sustainability is an increasingly popular buzzword among corporates throughout the globe. Companies from various sectors are inculcating aspects of sustainability in their strategies. This has happened owing to several factors: increasing consumer awareness, demand from other stakeholders of the business, industry competition, and profit. Also, with governments now showing their concern in the issues of climate change and depletion of natural resources, companies have no option but to join the bandwagon of going green. Many big corporates have incorporated sustainable practices throughout their business processes. Companies today talk about integrated sustainability into the way they operate rather than just customary changes for a good public image. For this, all aspects of the business are being viewed from that perspective. This presentation focuses on telecommunications industry and how sustainability has been adopted by various major players in the industry. The qualitative study has been done on Indian and international firms, comparing practices undertaken by each company, enabling us to understand the extent to which these companies have integrated sustainability into their business. Sustainability is gaining generally measured on two factors: economic sustainability and environmental sustainability. In the following slides, we discuss both types of sustainability with stress on environmental sustainability.
Hello everyone, I'm Udit Kapoor and I'll be describing all the sustainable practices adopted by Airtel and startup. First, let's have a look at the sustainable practices adopted by Airtel. First of all, it tries to identify its internal and external stakeholders, and then it identifies sustainable concerns, and then it tries to identify risks and opportunities associated with each concern. It identifies material issues and then it revalidates them. It tries to integrate its sustainable practices with its core business priorities. It uses industry benchmarking to assess the performance of its sustainable practices. Now let's have a look at the materiality matrix which is adopted by the Airtel. Now, Airtel has identified its material issues and it has classified them on the basis of two factors. The first being influence on business and the second one being importance to stakeholders. The quadrant which represents high influence on business and high importance to stakeholders identifies and enlists four key material issues. The first one being energy, climate change and resource optimization. The second one being community development and digital inclusion. Third one being customer experience and satisfaction. Fourth one being employee development and engagement. Now let's have a look at the quadrant which has least importance for stakeholders and least influence on business. Among these three issues, which are local community hiring, water management, employee volunteerism, the two issues which are local community hiring and employee volunteerism are still adopted by it. There are many sustainable practices that addresses these two issues in spite of them being in this quadrant. And all the material issues in all the material issues in all the quadrants are addressed by one or the other sustainable. Now let's have a look at the sustainable practices adopted by Airtel. Each one teach one day. This initiative drives internet literacy in India by initiating first-time internet users to the world of internet. One Touch Internet Wireless Application Protocol (WAP), which is a web application containing tutorials on how to use the internet. It targets first-time internet users who are using feature phones living in rural areas. eShakti. It is a digital literacy mission targeting women. It was conducted in Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. More than 1 lakh aspirants have been benefited through each mission. Airtel Money. Under this initiative, unbanked citizens are brought into mainstream through financial inclusion. collaboration with Swarar Finser. This initiative is aimed to serve economically active urban poor women to enable them to repay their monthly loan installments using Airtel Money. IFCO Kisan Sanchar Limited (IKSL). Through this initiative, farmers are provided with crucial information on weather, commodity prices, agronomy, horticulture, government schemes, etc. This information helps them make timely, informed decisions. Now let's have a look at the results achieved through these sustainable practices. Over 20% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions per terabyte in its network infrastructure in financial year 2014 and 15 has been achieved as against financial year 2013 and 14. It represents over 60% reduction since year 2011. It has achieved over 4% reduction in carbon dioxide energy emission per from energy per rack in its data center operations in financial year 13 and 14 as compared to financial year 2012 and 13. It represents 8.7% reduction since year 2011 and 12. It has conducted quality education programs which have successfully impacted over 51,000 rural children through 254 Satyavati schools and 334 learning centers and the quality support program. Satyavati schools is an initiative of Bharati Airtel. In addition, over 4,000 children have been mainstreamed in the government schools. 94% of Indian suppliers have over 71% local procurement in terms of value. This is driving local procurement. Airtel has touched the lives of over 85% subscribers in India, spread across 5,121 census towns and 4,64,045 non-census towns and villages. Over 10% reduction in physical paper bills from financial 13 and 14 has been achieved, and a reduction of over 700 million sheets of paper since financial year 2011 and 12 has been achieved, which is making progress towards their target of zero paper wastage from their operations. Now let's have a look at the sustainable practices adopted by Startup, which is a telecom service provider based in Singapore. My Star Hub Even. This initiative encourages customers to switch from receiving printed bills to electronic statements. It has saved about 2306 kilograms of paper. Board portal. In all the board meetings, physical paper usage is avoided. It was implemented in 2013 and it completely replaces all hard copy board papers with electronic versions to continue to save paper. It has saved 2000 sheets annually. Sustainable paper. The company uses sustainably sourced Forest Stewardship Council FSC certified paper for internal use to reduce impact on forests. They have reduced their FSC paper usage from 53,000 to 30 kilograms in 2014 to 40,065 kilograms in 2015. Now let's have a look at the results achieved through these sustainable practices adopted by Star. Now let's have a look at the electricity usage and the total energy consumption. Both of them, both of them have increased, right, in 2015 as compared to 2013 and 14. However, the fuel consumption, which is fossil fuel consumption, has decreased in 2015 as compared to 2013 and 2014. The water consumption has also decreased when we compare it with 2013 and 14, and also the general waste generated has been decreased as compared to 2013 and 14. The reduction in general waste is substantial when we compare it with 2013, and e-waste which is being recycled has been decreased.
About the sustainable practices by Vodafone. The three main programs which are listed here are women empowerment, energy innovation, and youth skills and job. Now, through its women empowerment program, it aims to connect around 50 million women in emerging markets and improve their livelihood by the time period of 2025. And apart from all those programs for the women in emerging markets, Vodafone also has devoted 30% of senior roles in the company given to women. Now, this is to narrow the gap of gender diversity in the higher offices. So, then the next program is energy innovation. Now, through this program, it tends to reduce greenhouse gases emission. Its annual greenhouse gas emissions are lower by 40% despite a big growth in its business. Now, what Vodafone claims is that a customer saves 1.74 tons of greenhouse gas emissions for every ton of greenhouse gas emitted from Vodafone. Now, the customer saves around 1.74 tons. Now, through its youth skills and jobs, it trains the youth in the age group of 15 to 24 in emerging markets and developing countries who are unemployed. Now, around 2,000 people have been offered places on their graduate internships and apprenticeship schemes through Vodafone Vodafone and different other companies. They do skill development for youth and help them in finding a job.
Telecom. They have divided its sustainability efforts into various categories. They have the strongest decision making system. To reflect the sustainability management issues in actual management activities, they have divided them into five major tasks like transparent management, customer management, environmental management, win-win cooperation, and social contribution. And based on this, they prepare their future convergence business by creating synergy effects in different industries from communications in various sectors like smart energy. Through this, they manage the energy demands based on big data through the energy and ICT convergence. It also helps them to provide efficient energy development or trade. Integrated safety. Here, they provide an integrated ICT-based system with communications security building control, which helps in establishing a response system for national disasters as well as safety for individuals and industrial sites. Moving with Internet of Things, they have a lot of IoT services such as Giga IoT Home Fitness that can track your physical exercise on TV, Giga IoT Home Cam for monitoring home safety, and Giga IoT Home Manager that can control major home terminals from a distance. Moving ahead, for the life enhancing care, they have collected and managed the health related informations by utilizing the capability for Internet of Things and big data, thereby developing customized treatment for characteristics of the human genome. In the network transportation, they have aimed at providing a safe and convenient transportation environment through real-time based data analysis with vehicles and road infrastructure, contributing to advanced logistical transport and reduction of expenses for transport congestion. Moving again, for carbon management strategy. In order to accomplish the vision of Green KT, Green Korea, they contribute to the achievements of the national GHG reduction target. KT Corp is actively executing the carbon management strategy with an aim to reduce the GHG emissions by 35% compared to the emissions of 2007 until 2030. KT's goal has been set to proactively correspond to the intended nationality retirement contribution for Korea determined by the Conference of the Parties in December 2015. KT Corporation has in constant become the number one in telecom industry in according to the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. They have tried to integrate a lot of management practices, sustainable management practices in the field of technology.
Now we will look into the sustainable practices adopted by Tata Docomo, celebrating the month of June as Tata Sustainability Month to promote sustainable business practices across its offices. Social responsibility and sustainability are core considerations in keeping with the code of conduct of the Tata Group by following a responsible business growth model. They have three goals to achieve: educate, engage, and embrace. Educate means the employees are made aware about the company's initiative on sustainability. Engage means invites employees and their families to come up and share their sustainable practices. Embrace means small and regular actions generate habits around these best practices that are beneficial for society. Conducting sustainability awareness sessions for the students associated with their NGO partners. For safe disposal of e-waste, an employee e-waste collection drive has been initiated. As we know that it takes 21 days to develop a habit, employees are encouraged to take up a Smart 21 challenge, which has three basic points. Developing a viewpoint as to how Tata measures itself on the scale of sustainability, impact on both business as well as individuals by development of sustainable practices, inspire people to adopt sustainable practices in their lives. We will come to Reliance Communications. Technology implementation at all the data centers to improve the power usage efficiency. Noise pollution and radiation are within the limited 6 permissible limit of Reliance Communications. However, the company is closely monitoring the pollution level. Reliance vendors providing goods and services need to obey the local laws. Selection of a product will include efforts to be put on environment friendliness and less consumption of power. Currently, around 60% of Reliance input are sourced sustainably.
From this above examples, we can conclude that the telecom industry is definitely going green. We also see that Indian companies are catching up to their international counterparts in the sustainability initiatives. It is evident that sustainable growth is possible while being profitable. Companies are realizing that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. The only real challenge that companies face when they make the decision to go the sustainable way is a committed top management. Once the top management is convinced that sustainability is the way to go and they are committed to the idea, the organization can move in the direction. Thank you.